Hello, everyone. You know, I don't even know how to actually take this whole conversation, but it's really a very sad, conversation. And this is Track and Field Gazette, and it's saying that Favour Ofili, she has transferred her allegiance to Turkey. She's one of the athletes that Nigeria has, and I think it was the last. Was it the last Olympics, right? When was the last Olympic now? Either I think it was the Olympic. It wasn't Where did they do that Olympic? Was it in France? Was it in Paris? I can't remember now. That last Olympic, she was supposed to have been entered for the 100 meters. She wasn't in Nigeria. There was mistake on the Nigerian part. She wasn't entered. There have been a lot of things over time with her career that has happened, and it's just so heartbreaking how people uh how Nigeria just deals with a lot of people. For the young lady, and for them, their competition is everything. You put in the work, you do all the thing, you qualify, you do everything, and then there's a mistake from Nigeria where the right thing that they're supposed to do, they end up not doing it. And in a way, it's heartbreaking. And we've seen over time a lot of Nigerian athletes, have had to switch their allegiance to other countries. You will see one Nigerian athlete after a while is running for Bahrain, or is running for Denmark, or is running for something, or this one. This is the latest one. And this is a very promising, young woman who has a lot of talent, who has a lot of things going for her. Now we've lost her, just because of the incompetence. And there's this video that has surfaced recently, where you see after the last race that they did, where she was saying, yeah, that was in Paris. Yes, so that this thing was in Paris. He said, hopefully in Paris, after the 200 meters where she finished sixth, she wasn't registered for the 100-meter where she qualified. And you could see how she really was breaking down, and you could feel her pain. Take a look at this.
Okay, it's okay. No, let her cry. I'm tired. I'm so tired.
Yeah, you could see her broken, say, I'm tired, I'm tired. I'm seeing she has been facing so many battles, and that was not the first time that some of these shenanigans, have happened. And over time, you see, even when people try to come in here and run for Nigeria or through Nigeria, the kind of things that they go through is just not worth it. There's this report, and this is not just a Nigerian thing, it's almost like an African thing, that keeps going on. There was this report of what was his name now? I think that's what's his name? This one of this player for, his name just escaped me now. One of these players for France, the young man, the one that is in Real Madrid now, that I think he left PSG, right? And he's currently, I'm looking at his face. I'm literally seeing his face, but I can't remember his name now. And his father had wanted him to play for Cameroon. That by the time the father came and met with the authority, they were asking him for money, and that's how the father just bundled his son to go over there and go and run, and go and play for France. And of course, they ended up winning the world. I think it's a World Cup winner. He was part of the team when they won the World Cup, and also part of the team when they defended it, although they didn't end up, winning it there. So Track and Field Gazette is a Favour Ofili has transferred allegiance to Turkey after hitting the 100-meter standard for Paris 2024. AFN and the Nigeria NOC failed to enter her name, the second time she's missed an Olympic event due to federation mishandling. Can you imagine? Olympics is something that comes once every 4 years. So when you miss something, it takes, so not only the first time, that was the second time they were doing this to her. So that means 8 years, almost a decade wasted, because some people decided to do things, anyhow. And it says in 2021, she also missed the Tokyo Olympics 200 meters, after AFN and NADC failed to get her tested in time, affecting 13 other athletes. Uh, per of they put a hashtag K Reno. Ofili expressed her frustration to the AU, a move triggered by years of neglect. She started the process on May 31st, and the same AFN leadership was re-elected this June. So you see people working, doing incompetent things, and those people just keep on being rewarded with, more, either being re-elected or be reappointed. And then it's like, what are you fighting? If someone does something like that, there should be consequences for such bad behavior. There should be consequences. People should be punished. Just be able to say, no, this thing must not be like this. You're not supposed to do, this thing in this manner. But unfortunately, what you have is that the people get away with it. The people, move on, and all of these things, it continues to happen again and again, and we end up losing, our best and our brightest, and it continues like that. Just looking at a particular comment that someone made called Salako. He calls himself at Uncle A Ayo. He said the person responsible for this ineptitude did not lose his job, same way the jam register didn't lose his job. A country where incompetence is glorified. And these bastards, he said, will be harassing Premier League superstars on why they are not playing for Nigeria, a country where the destiny of talents is the comfort of the grave. Smart decision by Favour. All hail Turkey. More wins to her and to more wins to her and to Turkey. And of course, as usual, when you do one statement, or there are always people who are defenders of incompetence, they will come down there and try to defend, that particular incompetence. Another person said top talents require an environment with efficiency to succeed. Sometimes you cannot just outwork a failing system, which is so true. And that's one of the things that Nigerians try to do a lot. We try to outwork a failing system, that, oh, despite things are working, we're gonna make it work. It's gonna work for us and get our way. It doesn't work that way. Even where it works for you, you could have used that whole energy to have achieved much more than you actually achieved, if the system was working. So a system that works for all is a system that is beneficial for everybody, not just a few people. And even the people who sometimes, we are told, oh, why these people, despite the hardship on ground, they are able to make things work. They would have done so much more on a much larger scale than they're actually doing now if the system was working. So at the end of the day, a system, that works for every one of us is a system that we all should be going for. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.